When we did the finite verbs, the infinitives, I said there were three categories: infinitives, participle, and gerund. It's all three are almost same. Only when we go through exercises, slight difference you will see. Then so now we will do what's called the gerund. Now what is a gerund? Gerund is, in the gerund, the verb ends in ing, and then it is partly a noun and it is partly a verb. In the gerund, is partly a noun doing the work of a noun, partly the work of a verb, and that's a gerund. Okay, a gerund is that form of verb which ends in ing and partly does the work of a noun, partly does the work of a verb. Okay, so we'll do a little bit of exercise to understand better the gerund. Now, first I'll give you few sentences to look at, to understand. Okay. Read these sentences. First you read this up. Read these sentences. Look at this carefully. 1. Reading is a good hobby. Reading. Reading is a good hobby. Now, look at the word reading. We're talking about reading. Told you the gerund, the verb ends in ing. Reading is a good hobby. Dancing is a form of exercise. Dancing. Dancing is a form of exercise. So look at the word dancing. Reading, dancing. Look at another sentence. Swimming. Swimming is his favorite pastime. Swimming is his favorite pastime. Now, here, look at swimming. Look at all these three words: reading, dancing, swimming. In these three words, just look at that word: reading, dancing, swimming. They are formed by adding ing. Read, reading. Dance, dancing. Swim, swimming. Ing. All the three words are formed by adding ing to the first form of verb. Read, dance, swim. That's the first form of word, and to that you are adding ing. Okay, so we see that they do the work of a noun. When you say read, dance, swim, it's almost doing the work of a noun. Therefore, reading, swimming, and dancing, it ends in ing. Therefore, it is partly a noun and is partly a verb. Okay, so what is a gerund? Gerund is that form of word verb that ends in ing and is partly a noun and is partly a verb. So now what is a gerund? A gerund, you would say, a gerund is that form. Gerund is that form of the verb, which ends in ing, which ends in ing and is partly a noun and is partly a noun and partly a verb. Partly a verb. I told you, look at the word dancing, reading, swimming. Read, dance, swim. You add ing to the first form of verb. It is doing the work of a noun, but also act like a verb. Therefore, a gerund is the form of the verb which ends in ing, that you must remember, ends in ing and does partly and is partly a verb and partly a noun and partly a verb. So what is a gerund? A gerund, you must remember, let's remember, a gerund is that form of verb that ends in ing and does the work of a noun, partly verb and partly a noun.